video, we're going to be doing a top-down analysis for pound dollar starting on the monthly time frame. So you guys know the drill. Let's zoom out here, see where we are in the overall scheme of the markets. Let's see here. Okay, so again on this pair, we are at extreme lows. So that's going to be significant, guys. You want to keep that in mind when you're trading and just have this overall picture of the markets that you trade. It's going to help you. Take my word for it. So I want to mark a couple levels here. So when I'm this low in the market, I want to mark the level that was really holding the market. So I'm watching this bounce here, and I'm going back, and I'm saying, okay, I can feel this as my area, and then boom, monthly level right here. This level right here will be significant for me. This is a zone. I'm sure you guys can tell this is a zone here, but this is the significant point of reaction that I'll be looking at. I'm going to mark our recent low down here. This will be important. Moving forward, you guys can see price was holding here. And then it looks like we could potentially be getting a rejection at this level and heading right back down. Now, I don't have enough data from this level to determine if that's a significant level or not. So I'm not going to mark it. I'm only going to mark these two levels for now, my next resistance, my next support. And my job now is to determine whether price will be heading to the resistance or the support. So let's add some clarity. Very simple tools, guys, very simple tools. We have a large move up here. Let's bring this down. Obviously, we are bearish in this market. We have another progression here. Aha. So this right here is enough information to get a clarity over where price is likely going to be heading, right? For price to head up to this next monthly level, it would have to break this descending trend line, retest, and head up, right? Whereas to simply head right back down to the support, it just have to fall. Okay, so you always assume the path of least resistance, right? So we could see a move up to this resistance here and then a drop. This thing could break and go to the upside, but we're going to go to our lower time frames to get some more clarity. But ultimately for the monthly, I'm happy with this. I don't really need anything else here. And let's go ahead and head down to the weekly level. All right, so I'm down here on the weekly. Let me make sure that I'm happy with the way my monthly levels are drawn. Let's see here. Okay, I like my monthly level right about here in this area. I'm going to raise it a little bit. Let's see. It's tougher on this one because it's a clear zone, but you guys can see price came down, it bounced right off of this area, and then over here, price held right here, and price bounced here, and then over here, price ultimately held here. Now there was another area to the upside here, so that will be important if price gets up there, but this is the significant point of reaction. So adjusted that a little bit. Looking at this trend line coming down, I'd like to see here if I go to the bodies. Okay, check this out, guys. So I have a couple weeks coming out, but I refined it to these points of reaction here on these bodies, and even here it held and just wicked down. And then I noticed down here that we already had a point of reaction from this level. So this right here is the confirmed descending trend line. So I adjusted that. I'm happy with that. Down here, I will lower this just a little bit right into this area here. And that's good. I'm happy with this. So let's see if we can get a little bit more clarity here on the weekly time frame. We are going to be adding a couple more levels, it looks like. So there is a level in here that is significant. Boom. Let's make it a little thinner. So we bounced here, broke, retested, and heading up. It looks like we had a level here that's not getting respected in this area, so that's interesting. Let's see here. Okay, so I'm going to leave this right here. I have a general idea of where I'm at. Everything else will be unnecessary for me at the time. Now I will go ahead and bring up this counter trend line here on the weekly. So this right here was a gap in the market where this green candle began down here. So ignoring that, and just trying to really take this move here. Boom, this is what I'm looking at right here. So I'm going to take the initial push out. I'm going to use the next two swings, and it looks like we already swung a little bit here, so that's just more confirmation. And if we zoom in here really on this weekly time frame, hide this, we can really get a grip on how this market is holding between these supports and these resistances and understand where we're heading. So just as a kind of fresh right off the bat analysis, we're either going to be heading up for another test of this level, which I doubt, or we're going to be heading down to bounce off this support. But ultimately, it's not really a safe trade for either of those. So the reason why is you don't necessarily know if it's going to go to this resistance or this support right now. So in terms of the weekly, your trading plan looks more like we could see a break here, a retest here, and a continuation down to the weekly support and ultimately likely the monthly, okay? Or we could see it price come down, bounce up, retest, and head up to the monthly resistance. Those are the two options. The option that is most likely is a continuation to the downside, okay? I hope you guys understand why that's the more likely scenario. Let's head down to the daily time frame and see if we can't get a better understanding of what's going on here in the market. So again, a clear reaction. You guys can see this counter trend line here is confirmed. Look how clear this is. Up here, it looks like I can raise this just a little bit to hit that wick. Okay, something like that, just to try and get everything nice and refined. The weekly level, I'm also going to refine a little bit. You guys can see that it's kind of down here, which is not bad, but see breaks here and you see the bounces here. So I'm going to bring it up a little bit right in this area here. So look at this. Boom, perfect bounce. We break through, we retest perfectly, we bounce perfectly, break through, retest, break, retest here. This right here is an excellent buying opportunity for anyone who is here for that. Multiple confluences for this buy. And I'm happy with this level. I'm happy with this level. I'm happy with our descending trend line. And everything is becoming more and more clear for me. On the daily time frame, and I'll probably end up marking this on the 4 hour, but it looks like we have some support and resistance right here that price is struggling at. So we might see a retracement. Let's go ahead and see if we can find some more information out here on our 4 hour time frame. Okay. All right. So yeah, clear levels here on the 4 hour time frame, and I'm going to be marking these with some boxes. Let's see. Okay. So clear levels here. I'm going to start right here and just come on through down to, let's see. Let's keep it nice and thin. Okay. So you guys can see the interactions at these levels that I'm looking at. This down here, these swings right here, this was significant, but I think this was a completely separate level. Yeah. So 4 hour levels, you have this level here. You guys can see the interactions, This right here was a gap in the market, which is why it doesn't look too clean, but then it breaks, it retests. We should expect now a move to the upside here to this level, or we could see it break, retest, and head down. So understanding, see these blue lines, guys, understanding our trade plan for the higher time frames, you can even start to get a more in-depth understanding, right? So we can either rise up to here, we could ultimately break this level, retest, and head up to our monthly trend line, right? Or we could see this level break, retest, and head down to our weekly counter trend line, right? And then ultimately we expect that at some point these will break and give us our even higher time frame trading plans. So you guys can see at that point you'd be looking to your overall moves in the market. Let's see if I can find this just a little bit here. It doesn't bother me. Okay. And then over here, you guys get the idea. So Okay, so you guys see how we are formulating these trading plans based on what we're seeing on these different time frames. And you guys can look here at the structure on the 4-hour. The structure is bullish, so you are in bullish territory. Everything tells you that you're bullish. Okay, use your trend lines, use your channels, use your structure to understand where price is heading. We should see a nice buying opportunity right now in pound dollar up to this next resistance. But if it does break to the downside, you know that you're going to be trading the sell all the way back down to this support, right? So this is our immediate trading plan here on the 4-hour. Let's go down to the 1-hour. Go down to the 1-hour. See if we can get some more clarity. So 1-hour, we have already seen a strong bullish candle from this support. Okay, that's significant. And as you guys can see, let's go ahead and shape this up here. So this black. Shape this up here. We need to see this thing break